It's Jen from Likehearted. So today I'm going to show you how to make pesto. It is one of those things that I always have in my fridge, and it is so easy to make. So let me show you how it's done. So to get started making your pesto, you're going to use nuts as your base. Traditionally it's made with pine nuts, but I like to use almonds instead, just because my sister is allergic to pine nuts. You can also use pistachios or cashews as other alternatives. So just to get started and putting everything in my food processor, I'm going to use 3/4 a cup of almonds. And then I had a bunch of different kind of leafy greens left over in my fridge. So usually it's all made with just basil, but I kind of like to mix it up. So I'm going to use 1 cup of basil. And I just like to kind of, it's all pre-washed, and just going to estimate kind of how much that is. And then I had some kale left over, so I'm actually going to do 1 cup of kale. And lastly, I'm going to do 1 cup of spinach. And if you didn't want to put spinach or kale into it, you could do all 3 cups of basil. Next, we're going to add 5 cloves of garlic. You can do a little bit less if depending on your taste preference. Then you're going to add in juice from half of a lemon. Next, you're going to add in a little bit of Parmesan grated cheese. You can absolutely leave this out if you want to keep the recipe vegan, but I kind of like to add a little bit of it in. You don't need much. Then a little bit of salt and pepper. We're gonna put the top on. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil before, and then we'll gradually kind of add a little bit more in order to get the consistency that we want. So let me turn this on. So to store the pesto, I like to keep it in a glass jar. I actually sometimes just keep some leftover glass jars from salsa and then just take the label off. And then I usually like to put a little reminder for myself, a label on the jar so I remember what's in it. So I like these little Avery ones. They're kind of like craft paper. So this pesto works with everything. I put it on chicken, on grilled veggies, and tune in next week and you can see how I incorporate this pesto into a veggie lasagna. And make sure you subscribe to the channel to see new recipes and entertaining tips every Friday.